We're going to start with the song Perfect by One Direction because the chords are easy. It's D, G, easy G, which I'll explain now, easy B minor, and then back to easy G. And it's just those three chords, because obviously G is repeated, that they're going to use for the song. Now I'm going to start the original track in the background, and you'll hear there's a keyboard synthesizer sort of coming in, and there's almost like a wow sort of effect. That is your prompt to start strumming, and it's simply one strum on each chord. Here we go. There's the keyboard, wait for the effect. 2, 3, 4, 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's how simple the introduction is. Now what I'm going to do for starters is teach you the chord shapes as needed in the sequence they're going to be played. Now just a quick rundown on the guitar. Got your top string, bottom string, always count from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These spaces here are called frets. This is fret 1, fret 2, fret 3. My fingers, I've numbered them. First finger, middle finger is 2, ring finger is 3, pinky is 4. And the last thing we need to know is when you look at the diagrams on the PDF file that I sent through with this video, you'll see that the diagrams on the right hand side of the page, there's a double line. The double line represents this white bridge. It's actually called a nut actually. And some guitars it's black, this guitar it's white, but that's not the important thing is. We call that the nut, that's the double line, that's important. Now for the D chord, you start with finger number 1. It's not going to be on the first or second, but on the third string from the bottom in fret number 2. That would be fret number 1, this is fret number 2, that's where finger 1 should be. Different angles, so you get a bit of an overall view of it. Without moving finger 1, take the second finger and place it on the bottom. Okay, so you got finger 2 also in fret 2 but on the first string. You can see up close there. And then the last finger is finger 3. Finger 4, the pinky just hangs around. And finger 3 is on fret number 3, string number 2 from the bottom. Now when you strum it from the 4th string down. And then you sing, I might never be your knight in shining armor, but just to show you the strumming technique there, I would like you to use a pick. If you use a pick, hold it with your first finger and thumb, so it's like that. And then you strum from the 4th string down. And if you're playing an acoustic guitar, there really is no difference. This one's just a bit thinner, so it's more comfortable for me to play when I'm teaching. So if you're playing an acoustic guitar, it's going to be exactly the same. And just a quick interjection, I'm going to play it on acoustic quick and you can hear the difference. As promised, acoustic guitar, strumming from the 4th string, sounds very close to exactly the same. And if you focus on your chord shape, the chord shape is exactly the same as well. Might actually be easier to see with the darker wood for the D chord. Okay. The only downside, like I said, that with the acoustics I've got a very wide body, so for teaching I prefer the thinner electric. Okay, going to swap it around again. Next chord up is G. Now there's more than one way to play G. There's the normal correct way like this. And our goal today is to get you playing as soon as possible. So if you want to try the full G, that'll be fantastic. But if you want to get going quicker, you can do what they call easy G. Let me show you both. Easy G, finger number 3, goes onto the 1st string, fret number 3. 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. And that's it. That's easy G. And you strum it from the 4th down. If you were to play the standard G, the more conventional one, finger 1 starts on the 2nd fret, 5th string. Middle finger straight to the top, ring finger straight to the bottom. So it's a bit of a stretch from fingers 2 to 3, but it's a really good technique. So if you're comfortable with this, this would be first place. If you're battling a bit with G and you really want to enjoy playing your first song, easy G is acceptable. With full G, I can strum all 6 strings, so I can do this. And for easy G, I only strum the bottom 4. Sounds pretty much the same. The full one just has a little bit more warmth, a little bit more bass to it. Now the next chord is going to be B minor. B minor, we're going to put finger 1, string 1, fret 2. Finger 2, string 2, fret 3. Finger 3, string 3, fret 4. So it's almost like little steps. In fact, one of the students used to call it the steps chord because it sort of goes up 1 string, 1 fret, 1 string, 1 fret. Okay, and for the B minor, you also only strum 4 strings. Now, what I want you to practice is to, for the first verse, you only need to strum each chord once. So you're going to go D, 2 and 3 and 4 and G, 2 and 3 and 4 and B minor 2 and 4 and G and 2 and 3, back to D, now D and 2 and 3 and G and so on. You keep going, and if you get the counting 2, 3, 4, it's going to sound pretty cool. So that's how easy the first part of perfect is, and I'm going to demonstrate it again with the backtrack. Again, listen for that meow sort of sound, that effect from the keyboard, from the synthesizer, and in the background you can hear it. D's in place, easy G, B minor, back to G, and you repeat back to D again. Really easy, no challenges there. Nice song to begin with. And then after this, the drums start, and then the fun kicks in for the rhythm. Now, first of all, get the chord shapes under control. If you've got any questions, or if you're not sure with the chord shape, please feel welcome to WhatsApp me. I will answer you. If not immediately, I might be busy with the lesson, but I will get back to you. I need to encourage you to correspond so that I can help you learn faster. That's the mission over here, to get you playing really quick and playing well, obviously. Now, if you look at the bottom end of the page, towards the bottom, you'll see it says 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and there's a whole lot of crazy arrows going up and down and up and all funny things like that. And to the side it says the arrows in orange are optional. So for the time being, ignore those orange arrows. There are no orange arrows. Pretend they're gone. Okay. Now, if you've done piano or instrument, you might be used to counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, for example. Okay. Now I'm going to focus onto the strumming hand because that's important over here. There we go. And this rhythm's going to sound like this when it's working. That's your target. Now let's break that down so you can see what we're actually doing. On the numbered counts, on the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, if there's an arrow below a number, it's always a down strum. So as I say 1, as on the PDF file, I strum at the same time. 1. On the 2, there's nothing, I don't strum. On the 3, there is an arrow. 1 and 2 and 3. We got that. Okay. After the 4 on the plus, that's the and. If there's an arrow under an and, it's always an up strum. So it's and. So the next group of 4 arrows will go up, down, up, down. So it's going to go. Make sure that even though you're changing direction, that it feels like one movement. Up, down, up, down. We don't want to have up, down, because that's very staggered. It doesn't feel relaxed. So we're going to have 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. We got that. Down, down, up, down, up, down. Sometimes I find it actually helps to actually say the direction out loud. So if you're battling a bit with the counting, try saying after me, down, down, up, down, down. And I'm tapping the rhythm. Try with me. Down, down, up, down, down. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down. And we try and say that command to our strumming hand. So we're sort of telling your hand what to do. Down, down, up, down, down. And I've got my rhythm. Then I'm finished with that first bar and I change to G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down. finish and I go to the next chord. So if I zoom out, so I get strumming hand and fretting hand into the picture there, we're going to have something like this. A little bit more out there so we can get the hand movement going. It's going to go like this. I'm going to count in, so if you want to play with me, you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and change. 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and change. 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. Now, obviously, the original needs to be a little bit quicker. Your goal over here is not about the speed, it's about getting it even. So even if it's this speed, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, it's nice and relaxed. It's not about the speed. And you go through slowly and try your best not to stop as well. And if you find yourself playing a little bit faster or a little bit slower than I'm playing now, that's not the issue, as long as it's even. Now, I'm going to stress again, please, I'd like to see how your techniques are doing. So send me a video of what you've done as soon as you feel that you're ready to do a recording. I'd like to see your hand movement. So basically, your video should be the same type of setting as mine. In other words, I want to be able to see your fretting hand, and I want to be able to see your strumming hand. So you don't have to worry about just the face or just this and that. And I want to try and get what's happening on the guitar. That must fill up your frame the whole way through. And then obviously I can help you with techniques if there's any questions. I hope this is working for you. Otherwise, have an awesome day. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you.